All right. Welcome everyone. Today's November 26th. Hope everyone's having a relaxing weekend. So for this call, I'm going to go over a bit about myself, my trading philosophy, a bit about the importance of winning mindset, and at the end, going to talk a little bit about the trading subscription service. And then I will go over about 11 charts for the upcoming week and talk about my outlook as well over the next 5 trading days. All right. So, the first thing I want to talk about is, the big question is why is it that most people have a hard time being consistently profitable? Why do most people fail at making money with day trading? And the core reason involves patience. So day trading, it exposes your flaws in real time, right? The market tells you very quickly what your bad habits are and what you're doing wrong. And most people don't have the discipline to wait for the right setups, the right moments, and how to properly execute a plan. If you look at how much the stock market has moved from 2009 till late 2022, or I'm sorry, till early 2022, it was a massive move, right? SPX at the lows in '09 dropped under 670, right? And since then, all the way till the end of 2021, early 2022, it moved to 4,800, right? Even when SPX dropped during COVID, right, 2020, and moved from those lows, under 2,200, it went to 4,800 plus. I know people personally that have made 8 and 9 figures from investing, trading the market from this time period, right? From '09 all the way until now. So why is it that 90% of everyone else, of retail investors, retail traders, fail to capitalize on these type of gains? And once again, it comes down to patience and execution of a plan. You have to do what you say you're going to do, right? If you enter a trade and you tell yourself, I'm going to risk $1,000 and I'm going to stop out at 50% because that's what I'm comfortable with. But if most of you are only follow your rules 20% of the time, then you know what you need to work on, right? If you can't stop out that $500 when you're risking 1,000, and every time you're hoping to win or hoping it comes back, then the market is telling you right in your face that this is what you need to do differently, right? But a lot of you guys ignore that and you hope that, okay, well, it came back last time, so let me see if it'll do it this time, right? So the way that you trade like that, it's not systematic, right? It's based on hoping something will happen, and that alone is a losing strategy, right? For example, right, if Nvidia recently it dropped from 480 plus to 392, right, and we saw this past month, and if you tell yourself I'm gonna buy Nvidia the next time it drops back to 400, and if you don't do it, then what it tells me is that you have no confidence and you're not doing what you say you will do. So confidence, it's built by honoring your word, and it's built by executing the exact plan that you say you're going to do. So you have to learn to be patient, and you have to do what you tell yourself you're going to do. And it's that simple. That's the first step in becoming a consistently profitable day trader, right? Teaching the technicals, teaching, the different trade setups, teaching what to wait for, that's the easy part, right? Because all day, every week, every month, I can show you exactly what I trade. I can show you exactly what I trade to make money. But if you can't follow your plan consistently, and if you can't consistently do what you say you're going to do, then knowing all that other information behind trade setups and technicals and support levels, it's all meaningless because because if you consistently break your rules, all the profits will go away in the end, right? So yeah, that's the first part of day trading and just being successful is the core fundamentals is, patience and execution and discipline, right? If you have those three, then you have something to build off of, right? So, another question I get is, how did you get started with trading? How did I become the trader that I am today? So I started when I was 19 and I started when I was in college. I turned 33. I turned 33 this year. So a friend of mine introduced me to options trading back when I was in school, and he made 300 bucks in a day, and that alone helped gain my interest in trading. So I started with 6 grand, and I've grown my net worth well into the 8 figures now. And early on, I was intrigued by the potential of what the stock market could offer me. I remember looking at pharmaceutical stocks, biotech stocks, and seeing huge moves on a daily chart. And I remember telling myself, if only I had 100,000 bucks, and if I had bought at this price, I could have 500,000 right now, right? And that alone, it grew my curiosity in day trading and in trading the market. And when I first started trading, I tried many different strategies, right? I used many different indicators, but I found it too cumbersome and it caused too many different buy and sell signals all at once. So eventually what I realized is that waiting for specific setups that worked, 75, 85% of the time is what can make me profitable. So I would wait weeks, days to weeks at a time for a stock to set up, right? For a plus setup, and I would try my best to execute the plan that I wrote down, and that's what helped grow my account, right? From 6 grand to 100 grand to 500 grand to a million, and so on. So anyone that tells you that day trading is impossible or nobody makes money from day trading is they're just telling you that they can't do it themselves, right? They're projecting their own lack of ability onto other people. Day trading, it is a way to make money, and in my opinion, from my experience, it's a way to make a lot of money. But it's up to the individual as to how far they want to take it. So you have to ask yourself, are you a patient person? You know, are you coachable? Right? Do you interpret and absorb information quickly? Do you have the discipline to wake up at the same time every single day to prepare for the opening bell? Right? Do you have the discipline to review your trades every day, winning and losing trades? So it's all up to you, right? There really is no limit to how much you can make, right? It's all in your mind. Number one, how much you believe you can make, right? Where, how much you can believe, how far you can go with it. It's all in your head. So yeah, and then a common question I actually get pretty often lately is, why do I still trade? Right? You made, quite a bit of money, you live a comfortable life. Why continue to put yourself through the stress and the grind of day trading? And it's really simple. I love the randomness and the unknown, right? Every day is different. Every day I have to be on my toes to perform, right? There are bad days, of course, and there are good days. In the beginning, there will be more bad days than good days, but it's like everything else. Once you eventually become more skilled and improve on your process, there'll be many more good days versus bad days. And winning is a habit, right? The feeling of winning it will change you. It changes the way you think. It changes the way you view the world. For me, every day I see opportunity and I see new ways to conquer different things, and it's very empowering, right? It's very motivating. It allows me to wake up every single day early, and I look forward to to every single day. And yeah, anyone can get to that level, right? Me, I'm not anyone special. Some of you guys have met me in real life. I'm just like anyone else, but I just understand the importance of just focusing, being disciplined, being patient, and at the same time doing what I say I'm gonna do. And if you can just follow those four things, it's gonna change your life. So yeah, moving on to the mindset, right? For everyone listening, when you lose on a trade, how do you feel, right? Do you feel like a failure? Do you feel discouraged? Do you feel like it's not worth it anymore to keep trying? So to me, this is a weak mentality, right? This is a mentality of a loser. So when you lose a trade, when you lose money on a trade, you need to feel more motivated and more driven, right? You have to have the desire to figure out what you're doing wrong and understand that you need to correct it sooner than later, right? Bad habits and negative thinking, it's the core reasons why people never achieve anything worth talking about, right? You have to try your best to stop doing things that are not in line with how successful people operate. So if you surround yourself with negative people, people that complain every single day, people that blame others when they shouldn't, it's harder to develop a strong positive mentality that will allow you to level up in life. So you have to actively work on your mindset. You have to actively work on developing a positive mindset if you want to be stronger and to be able to handle losing trades when you're day trading. Losing is a part of the game, and you have to accept that universal law. Without losing, winning wouldn't exist, right? Without losing, it wouldn't even feel good to win, right? It's only through struggle and a tough, difficult journey that makes the feelings of success worth it. So don't hope for things to be easy, right? Don't hope that all your trades are going to be winners. You have to lose in order to know how to win, and you have to understand that losing is part of it. It's part of the game. It's part of your journey. So me, I've lost a ton, right? I mean, even in the past few years, there's weeks and months where my losses could amount to 6 to 7 figures. And did that feel good during the time? No, but I understood that, if I want to keep scaling up and making more profits and getting to new level, this is just part of the game, right? I could trade the same size as I did 5 years ago, 6 years ago, but to me, what's the point, right? You're not um, developing your skills and you're not challenging yourself. So yeah, you just understand that you have to know how to lose in order to win. So all right, so next, the trading subscription service. What does it offer and how can it help you? So just to kind of give you rundown of the day to day. So every morning I jump on the computer and I basically provide real time information on how the market's moving and which stocks to look for when trying to find the best trade setups. I also provide my entries and my exits via trade alerts. And typically in a week, I'll alert between 10 and 20 trades, just depending on how much the market's moving, right? If it's a good week, it could be 20, 25 trades. Slower week, you're gonna looking more closer to 10 trades. And I also provide a nightly analysis on different stocks and also SPX and the NASDAQ. And this nightly analysis helps many members prepare for the next day. So, and I also provide a pre-market watch list with commentary to help prepare members for the opening bell. But one thing to be aware of is, not all the alerts and not, all the information is for everyone. You have to extract the value from the commentary in the trades and see if it lines up with your strategy and your plan, right? Blindly following someone and hoping to consistently win, it's a losing strategy. So I would try to just learn from my trading style, see how I trade and see how I navigate through the market each day. and then extract value from what you see from that to help develop your own trading style that fits your risk tolerance. And in turn, I think that will help you become a more successful trader. So anyone can do it, right? Anyone can do the day trading. It just depends on your ability to manage risk, have patience and discipline, and your ability to execute a plan. So yeah, I mean, if anyone else has any questions about anything I talked about, feel free to send me a DM on the public Twitter if you're not a member, and you are a member, feel free to send me a DM on the private, and we can talk more about any of the topics I just discussed above. All right, so next, so now for the upcoming week, Tuesday, this upcoming week, we have some Fed speakers. Thursday, core PCE pre-market, and then Powell speaking on Friday at 8 a.m. Pacific time. So a few different economic events happening, a few Fed speakers. Should be an interesting week. Market held up pretty well. So I think in the next 2-3 weeks, we could see a run up into FOMC. All right, so let me share my screen with you guys. Let's go over the charts. 1 second, please. All right, so first chart here is Apple. Right, this is a daily chart. Apple closed at 189.86 on Friday. So last Thursday tested that 193, couldn't get through, and then pretty choppy on Friday. It's possible we just see a range here leading into December. So this trades from 188 to 193. I would say don't get faked out here, right? To the upside. If this is trading at 192, just know that 193 is a hard level. So I wouldn't take calls either at 191 or 192. I would watch to see how it acts at 193 first. Guess who there? It should set up for 200. And then the downside, if we see Apple reverse under 186, could drag tech down. So it's going to be an important level to watch here. If it fails there, I would just avoid calls. All right, here's AMD, close at 122.19. So it looks like this is setting up to test the year highs at 133. So what you want to look for in the next 2 weeks is, can it form a bottom of 122? If so, then it should set up for 133 in the next 3-4 weeks. So calls can work above 122 this week. If it can't hold 113, then you could see a reversal back to 102 again. So that's where I would start considering a short position. But for now, it looks fine, especially if it just bases above 116. But ideally, you want to see a bottom of 122 to set for 133 in December. Okay, Amazon closed at 146. So really strong dip buy here from the past month, right? Dipped near 118, now it's at 146. 158 is going to be in play. I think maybe 164, depending on how the market moves into the end of the year. But I like calls above 146. Weeklies can work, but intraday Amazon can be a bit more choppy. So I would go a few weeks out here. December 22nd, 150 call. If it holds above 146 this week. All right, Broadcom, AVGO was at 978.87. So last week tested 1,000, couldn't get through. Past 3 days, bit of consolidation. Might see a few more days here above 950. If it dips to 961 and holds, I would consider calls. If there's no dip, holds 976 at the open, calls can work. And if this closes to 1,000 some point in December, 1052, 1074 is going to be in play. So a few different ways to trade this. Yeah. So, even if it dips to 950 and holds, I think that's a better risk reward versus 961. So just keep an eye on that level as well. All right. Here's Coinbase, ticker's COIN, goes on 115 on Friday. So yeah, Bitcoin's been looking much stronger. Looks like it wants to rip higher. I would say Q1 next year, early Q2, I think we could see the next bigger move on Bitcoin. So yeah, 116, watch that level this week. If it gets through 133, 140 is going to be in play. Even if it dips to 109 early this week, then I also consider calls. It's been a pretty significant move though in the past month. Just be aware that it's moved from almost, I think, around 70 to 116 again. So it's going to be a harder level to break above. So just be aware of that leading into December. Could see a week of consolidation. CrowdStrike earnings this week, Tuesday after the close, 16-point move priced in. So 227 is going to be in play, 236. I think this can get up to 246, 251 in December, but let's see how it acts after earnings first. But yeah, not too much to say about that one. It's had a pretty strong run this year. A lot of relative strength, especially with the market dipping the past month or about a month and a half ago. Microsoft close to 377.50. So pretty straightforward here. Just watch 380. I guess 380 is considered for 392, 400. For now, I would just watch to see how it acts. 373 to 380 chops around there. Then I would just avoid calls. For now, under 366, puts can work. For moves down to 358, 351. But yeah, maybe another week, 3-4 days consolidation in the market. It's still made pretty significant move in a short period of time. So, in my opinion, I don't know if we see a bigger move until after FOMC in mid-December. I think that'll set up for a run into Christmas, but we shall see. All right, Nvidia closed at 477. So for now, right, it moved lower after earnings. I would just watch the price action. Maybe it goes back to 468 early this week and then higher. So I think that's a better risk reward. If it dips between 460 and 468, I consider calls. Close at the lows on Friday, so nothing great for a setup for the upside yet. So I would be a little bit more patient on this one. Okay, Tesla closed at 235.31. Another one where it's a bit choppy. I don't see anything great either. So either wait for 242 or let it dip to 224. But this range here, it's going to be a bit harder to trade, unless it's just a quick day trade. QQQ closed at 389.14 on Friday. So got to the year highs at 388 this past week. Tested 392 on Thursday, reversed into Friday. So maybe a couple more days of consolidation into the end of the month and then higher. 392 is going to be that level to watch for the upside this week. Ideally, 388 should hold, but if it fails to 388, 383 needs to hold. If it can't hold there, then we could see a dip back to 372 again. But for now, market looks okay. We'll see how market acts in the next 2 days. Maybe a little bit more consolidation. 388 is going to be a hard level to break above. And then SPX held 45.52 on Friday. Made a decent move this past week, 45.10 to 45.68. So it's 3.5 day week, so not bad. 4,600 is going to be that big level this month or the rest of this year, right? I think if it gets through there before FOMC, right, gets to 46.32, 46.68, it'll settle for 48.18 into Christmas, depending on how the market reacts to FOMC. So in theory, it's a really great setup here, right? I can kind of see a scenario where we could see all-time highs again, but we'll just have to watch and see, right? 4,600 is hard level. So, 45.59 for SPX of that. So 41 points of upside before you hit a really hard resistance. So risk rewards just average there. Downside here, if we see a reversal back under 44.59, then it'd be harder to find calls to trade. I think we can see a bigger dip if it fails there. So yeah, let's just see if SPX can hold 4,500 this week. Continue to form a base above that level to set for 4,600. Right. So I think someone asked about bookings. Right. So bookings at 31.15. Is at 32.53. So right now it looks like it's just trying to find a bottom. Past week and a half, pretty choppy. So yeah, nothing great yet. I'd say maybe if it gets back, if it holds 3,100, you might catch an intraday, or 2 to 3 day trade. But under 3,100, it could dip back towards 30, 38. So risk rewards pretty even on this one in this range. All right, so yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Hope you guys found the call helpful. So yeah, we're back to a 5-day week. Powell speaking on Friday. We got core PCE on Thursday, and then a few Fed speakers early this week on Tuesday. So should see some pretty good opportunities as long as SPX can hold 4,500. QQQ basis above 388. All right, so yeah, thank you for taking the time to listen to me speak on this Sunday. Hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I will see everyone tomorrow morning. Thank you.